Where should I begin with this video? Here it is. I finally assembled the Godzilla. I gotta say, this was extremely painful. I was originally never going to attempt this because I knew it was going to be difficult, and my god, is this a nightmare. So this Godzilla, for the articulation to be functional in a way, it uses elastic strings, and it's not your traditional ball joint. Now, I've seen a lot of people attempt to put this figure together and they've had problems. Now, they had problems because there's actually a technique to this. It's not the way you think it is, and if you do it incorrectly, the articulation is going to fall apart and the figure won't stand correctly. Now, thanks to one of my friends that I know in person, she specializes in dolls and I've been practicing with her. She's been teaching me a lot of techniques, so thanks because of her, I was able to get and grasp a better idea of how articulation, how the engineering behind this actually works. I wasn't offering any figures assembled, and if I was planning to do it for $20 extra, but after what I've been through with this figure, literally I took 3 hours just to put the hand because it was a nightmare. Actually, all the figure had to be modified by me in person. The holes had to be modified, a lot of things had to be modified, and look how my hands ended up because of this figure. 3 freaking hours just on this section, and for the rest of the body, count another 4 hours. It was not easy. I had to get help from other people. Doing it alone is almost impossible. You need this with at least 2 different people. So if people are interested, unfortunately, it may be a lot of money, but it's a nightmare that I had to go through, so hopefully you guys understand. But if people do want this figure fully assembled by me when it is printed, that's going to be an extra $30. I know it might be a lot of money, but trust me, the hell that I had to go through modifying this figure in person and actually doing it the right way where articulation actually works, because a lot of people couldn't even get through the whole body. The tail kept on falling off, especially the legs. So my way is actually the correct way to do it. And I have to say that the engineering for this, the sculpture, is awful. Very, very awful, because the holes are very small, so it makes it so painful to get the strings through. And even when I did have to modify the holes, the figure was breaking apart. It was a total nightmare. So yeah, that's why it's gonna be an extra $30. Hopefully that makes sense. But I'm here to show you the articulation, to show you guys that I'm not bullshitting, that I've actually got this figure correctly. I might not be able to show the articulation fully because I have very limited space, but you guys get the idea of how I was actually able to get the articulation to work, and I'm not kidding. I've done it the right way compared to other people. And I have to say, if this figure took me forever, just a single figure, I cannot imagine if people actually want me to go through every single one of them. So far, I have a few people that I have to help, and it's a total nightmare. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would not do this. Everybody who's going to be attempting this in person, it's gonna be a freaking nightmare. I do not recommend this, honestly. If I had to, I would just ship everything the way I was intended, like just parts, because doing everything like this, what a freaking nightmare. I do not recommend this at all. It needs to be modified, parts, because of the engineering. It's just bad. And honestly, the engineering with this figure is so bad that I had to modify everything in person. So yeah. Now this one is kind of loose. That's the only part that I kind of messed up on this section, just a leg. But everything else is okay. You guys can see. and the articulation works perfectly. So yeah, hopefully you guys do understand. Again, if it was up to me and this wasn't as painful as it is in person, I would charge everybody for me to actually assemble this $20. But because it is a very long, stressful process that actually hurts your freaking fingers while doing this, I had to use an X-Acto knife, a driller, a freaking lighter. I had to use so many tools just to get this right, and it took me over freaking 3 hours for the hand, 4 hours or 3 hours with the whole body. So yeah, pretty much all day and night. And this is a process where I had literally people holding parts for hours and hours while I had to drill some parts, put them together. So yes, this is something that I did not do by myself. I required help by other people, and it was not easy. So anyone who was scammed by Arctic figures, I am helping everybody out. So all I ask is for you to pay the shipping and my commission for printing the figures. And if you do want me to assemble the figure itself, I'm going to charge everybody an extra $30, because yes, it's not an easy process. And even though people might think it is easy, yeah, you might be able to assemble it, but you're not going to assemble this figure the right way. And I've seen so many people that actually need machination stands just to get this figure to stand on its own, because it's not standing up. I've done this figure the right way, where it does not require any stands, any machinations or anything like that. It can stand on its own, and it's up to you guys if you guys want this figure to be assembled or not. But keep in mind, if you do want this to be assembled, I'm going to require more time. Anyways, I'm going to showcase the articulation in the next video. Hope you guys enjoy. Like the video, share, comment, and subscribe. If you do need help, visit my Instagram page, message me there. That's where I'm helping everybody who got scammed. Thank you for watching.